You see, I can guess this is a shock for you.
Good guess. You know, I know you told me that you were moving on with Eve. I just had no idea you'd be moving on to moving in so quickly.
That's because Eve and I both felt that she'd be safer here with D.V. Bordiso in town.
Oh, Doc, that's not the only reason, is it?
The tow truck guy came and moved your car, so I'm gonna go ahead and take mine and get to the hospital.
I'll call you later.
Do you mind if I just sit down just for a minute? I don't feel so good.
I can't believe it. Chris knew. Chris knew. He made love with me last night, and the whole time, he knew I was lying about having money. I thought I had him right where I wanted him, but the truth is, Frank, he had me.
I tried to tell you, don't underestimate Ramsey. He is a snake, but he is a smart snake.
Last night was only round one. This is far from being over.
Dr. Burgess.
Oh, good. Rob, listen. He collapsed after breakfast. He's breathing, but it's very shallow. His blood pressure is 72/40. And I want you to start a cardiac panel, an EKG, and a portable chest.
Got it.
I feel kind of like the first wife. You know, meeting the new girlfriend for the first time. Which is really silly, isn't it? Because we weren't even ever married.
We shared a rich and wonderful life, Lucy.
And a lot of it took place right here. I did notice you got some new lamps over there, though.
Yeah, I changed a few things.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. A year ago, I could close my eyes and walk through this place. No, everything is not bump into one single thing. And then today, I come over with my eyes wide open and I bump right into Eve.
What's funny?
And I just had one of those weird flashes, you know, from your childhood. When I was 8 years old, I just saw the time that Aunt Charlene took me to this bakery. And she told me for once I could have anything I wanted, anything. And there were two things. I saw this chocolate eclair. You know, I love chocolate. And I wanted it so badly because it was so yummy with the cream and everything. But then I saw this strawberry tart. And I wanted it too. So I asked Aunt Charlene, I want both of those. I got to have both of them. And she said, no, you can only have one.
Because two rich desserts aren't good for you, right?
Right, that's exactly what Aunt Charlene said. And so, after much agony, I made my decision. I picked that chocolate eclair. And I loved it with every bite. It was absolutely delicious and wonderful. But all the time in the back of my mind, I kept thinking about that strawberry tart and what could have been.
I take it I'm the strawberry tart.
It's crazy. I'm not being very rational here, am I? It's actually rather silly because I do love Scott to pieces. And I want you to move on with your life. But when I see you with Eve, I can't help but be jealous. I hate the fact that I'm being replaced in your life.
Can you believe the nerve of that guy? To actually steal a bank envelope out of my purse?
When do you think he did that? Before or after you tried to break into his file cabinet?
You're not funny.
Just trying to put things in perspective.
Well, I couldn't get into his file cabinet, and I just couldn't find anything. But you can bet that PI Chris hired will have no trouble at all finding out that there isn't any account in that bank under the name of Courtney Canellos.
He didn't get your account number, did he?
No, I didn't have anything with me that would give him that much information.
Good. Because if he finds out that Marcia Cooper has a bank account there, you can bet he's going to keep digging, and we don't want him finding out where your money really came from.
Okay, maybe I should set up an account at that bank in my own name. Then wire transfer funds into it from the Marcia Cooper account. That way, the PI will have something to find.
No, that's a bad idea. If anyone else figures out that Julie transferred all of her money into a checking account for Marcia Cooper, sooner or later, someone is going to find that account. As long as we only make cash withdrawals, they won't be able to know that you handled the transfer. But if we wire money from that account into one marked Courtney Canellos, you might as well wear a sign around your neck saying, I embezzled the money.
I told Chris I inherited a fortune. We gotta convince him. That's the truth.
All right. All he's going to find out from the bank is that you don't have an account there. We can still produce plenty of cash to wave around in his face, but what we really need to figure out is a logical reason why all of your money is in cash.
What's going on?
Sebastian collapsed at the recovery room. He's still altered and hypotensive.
What are you giving him?
We just started a dopamine drip.
Stop the dopamine. Start another large bore IV.
Eve, what are you doing?
We can't take dopamine.
What do you know about his condition?
I've been treating him. He's got a connective tissue disorder that's caused an aortic dissection. Dramatically raising his blood pressure could cause an aortic rupture.
I could have killed him.
You didn't know.
Look, can't the dissection be repaired?
No. It's too close to the top portion of his heart. He'd never survive the surgery.
Well, without repair, it's only a matter of time before the dissection becomes an aneurysm.
He's terminal.
Well, believe me, Lucy, I know exactly how you feel. I don't exactly relish the idea of being replaced by Scott Baldwin.
Doc, I am so very
Lucy,
sorry.
Lucy, no, I'm not trying to open old wounds. We have moved on. But just because we have, it doesn't mean that we can just erase the years we spent together. It doesn't just disappear.
No, they certainly don't.
I owe you so much. Lucy, if you hadn't come into my life when you did, I don't know what would have happened to me. I really don't. I probably would have wound up in a psych ward somewhere. And then we were together. And that was the happiest time of my life.
Then I screwed up.
No. I've thought about that a lot. And the fact is, Lucy, our life together began to change as soon as Scott came back to Port Charles. You two have a bond that's deeper than anything I'll ever understand.
Maybe that's true, but
But nothing. You just told me. You told me that you love him.
I do.
Then don't feel guilty about it. That doesn't mean that when we were together, you loved me any less.
I didn't. I just hope just because something's in the past does not mean you lose it.
Trust me, you carry it around inside forever. The trick is remembering the good stuff.
That is so very easy for me.
Me too.
Hey, how you feeling?
What happened?
You passed out at the recovery room.
Wait a minute. I was in the recovery room. I just got finished eating. I was paying for my breakfast. And Ellen was there. Did she see me go down?
Matt and Ellen brought you in. They know about your condition.
Great. Here I go swearing you to secrecy, and I blow it big time.
Hey, now, don't go beating yourself up over it. You didn't do it on purpose.
I don't know what I'm gonna say. Or either if I'll have a chance or an opportunity. She and Matt both made it clear that Ellen wants nothing whatsoever to do with me.
I'm researching Sebastian's condition.
And?
I put a call into UC Berkeley. There's a specialist there in vascular medicine. Plus, I put out the word on the internet to see if anyone's come up with anything that hasn't been published yet.
Ellen, he's not your patient.
I know that. But it doesn't mean I'm not concerned about him the way I would be about any other patient in this hospital.
But he isn't any other patient in this hospital. He's the guy who tracked you down after 10 years. I'm concerned that working with him could be particularly hard on you.
I'll be fine. He's a patient. That's all.
Don't you need to get to work soon, Frank?
Oh, yeah. Another glorious night, pulling beers and slinging hamburgers at the recovery room. Thanks to Chris Ramsey. You know, I really hate that weasel.
Yeah. Yeah, so I noticed.
Being forced to go off DL-56 made me realize that the first time I tried to kick it, I'd almost gotten through the toughest part. And then Ramsey slithers into my room and says he can supply me the drug.
And as if keeping you hooked on the DL-56 wasn't bad enough. But then, he cheats you out of your share of the Lance payoff?
The money was only part of it. I know somehow he slipped me an amphetamine the night of Lark's birthday party. And that is why I lost my job as a paramedic. I am going to make Chris Ramsey pay for all that.
Oh, Frank. We'll get him.
Where did all this enthusiasm come from? I thought you were only helping me because I was helping you break up Joe and Karen.
I am, that's the deal. But nobody, and I mean nobody, gets the better of me. Not John Canellos, not little Karen Wexler, and certainly not Chris Ramsey. When this is over, I want him to know it was me. And there will be nothing he can do about it.
Well, you know, I sure am enjoying living at the Port Charles Hotel with room service. You know how I like room service. But Sigmund sure misses that duck pond.
Well, he's welcome for a visit any time. As you are.
No, I hate to say it, but I can't. But I do want to say this. You look really happy.
I am happy. I have to say that when I see you with Serena and Scott, you look happy, too.
You're right.
So enjoy the chocolate eclair.
Thank you. I will.
Sixth floor.
Hi, it's Dr. Collins for Dr. Lambert. Is she there?
Just a minute. Dr. Lambert. Yes, Dr. Collins.
Thank you. Hi. You okay?
I'm fine. How about you?
Well, I'm pretty good, I guess, as long as you're not calling to tell me that Lucy's moved back in and she's setting out her mood crystals.
It's not happening.
Oh.
It's all right, Eve. You can say good.
You think you know me pretty well, don't you?
What I think is I'd like to get to know you better, and I'm just calling to hear your voice and to find out when you'll be back here.
As soon as my shift is over, I'm on my way.
See you then.
Bye.
Dr. Costa, 5006.
Eve.
Yes.
Costa,
Hey,
5006.
How's Sebastian doing?
Oh, he's much better.
What's his prognosis?
His aortic dissection could rupture at any moment. It could be a month from now, a week, tonight.
Dr. Chin, Dr. Ronald Chin, cardiology.
Well, if it isn't Lady of the Moon,
Why didn't you tell me about your illness?
because I don't want to see that sad look on your face that you're wearing right now.
How's that?
Just what the doctor ordered.
Do you really work for Lance Pharmaceuticals, or was that just some cover story so I wouldn't know that you were coming here for tests?
I do work for Lance.
Is that why you moved here?
It was easy for me to imagine settling in and spending the rest of my life here.
Sebastian.
Is that too upbeat?
No.
Because I could do the morose and depressed thing, but I've been there and I've done that.
No, I like your smile better, too.
Whatever you want.
You know what's funny?
What?
Under other circumstances, I could really be attracted to Chris.
He's scum.
So what? I've always been attracted to two completely different type of men. White knights and bad boys.
Joe has to be the white knight.
Dependable, honest, sincere.
You forgot boring.
No, not boring. Never boring. Maybe a little too nice at times. That is why I turned to you.
Are you saying I'm one of the bad boys?
I know Joe thinks you developed your edge after taking DL56, but I know. The truth is, that side was in you all along. While Joe was head over heels in love with me, you didn't think twice about fooling around with your brother's girlfriend.
Oh, you can bring the dark side out in any man.
I'll take that as a compliment, Frank.
So, why focus on Joe now? Huh? I mean, you'll just get restless again. After all, he is just as nice as he ever was.
The first time I was with Joe, I didn't love him as much as he loved me. I only saw this really nice guy who would never make more than $30,000 a year.
But now he's a doctor and sure to make at least 6 figures.
Exactly. And I've become more mature. I can see the advantages of being with somebody who's dependable, honest, and sincere. And I fell in love with him in Greece.
Oh, give me a
It's
break.
true. Joe was the white knight. He saved my life when I was stung by that sea urchin. He never gave up hope of being rescued, even when I did. And he would have moved heaven and earth to get Neil back. And so I've made up my mind. Joe and I will be married. We will settle down. And we will raise Neil together.
Hello? So what'd you find out? No account there at all? Checking, savings? What about other branches? Nothing. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Where's the money, Courtney?
What are you grinning about?
Chris's father was a con man.
And?
And I just had a brilliant idea.
Sunday, celebrate Hollywood's main event. Whoopi Goldberg hosts the 71st Annual Academy Awards presentation. Then Celine Dion, Susan Sarandon, and Elizabeth Taylor on an all-new Barbara Walters special.